going into Champ Select.
All right, let's do it. NewBee going up against OMG for the third and final time today. And it's difficult to call the last game an ace game, but let's take a look at this one. It will be Rise and Lulu coming out here as the first ban from NewBee. So taking the Lulu off the board, which I do like, has been a high priority pick consistently. And LeBlanc and Varus banned out here against NewBee as well.
Yeah, and Lulu has been the primary first pick for every team as a general point. So this means that NewBee will want to pick up the Graves. That has been something I really wanted him to do for quite some time, and it makes it easier for them to pick it up knowing that OMG won't go for that Lulu.
All right, let's make it happen. Final ban was Malzahar and Shen again at Xiang. So NewBee first pick. Now considering the Karma pick for the flex here as well. And with both Malzahar and Lulu off the table, it does go up in priority, but there's still a lot on the board, including priority on junglers.
Yeah, and taking the Karma away does...
What? Okay.
All right.
First pick of Jace, let's go.
It has been banned in the last game and the game after, so that was one ban that did get shafted. So now we're gonna have to see the Jace, and I mean, Xiang will never pick up Jace for himself. I would be incredibly surprised if that's the case.
That's not a Xiang champion.
Yeah, so Icon,
yeah.
You have to believe that's an Icon pick here.
I have to think so, but if Xiang has just secretly been practicing Jace, then I would like to see it. He is up against Sky, whose Rumble is open, which was banned last time, so just give him the Rumble. And Ward 6 gets his priority on Rengar this time, and Swift will probably default to the Graves now.
Yeah, and this works well for NewBee. They get the composition, or at least the first 3 picks that they would want. Rumble and Graves is a really good combination. It didn't work out for them in the first game, but you'd have to believe that NewBee's not going to be working towards the bottom lane, or at least the woes of the bottom lane, because now they have a Karma as the first pick. You can definitely tell that they're recognizing that Ziggs could come at any time, so they're playing around that fact.
If you want to look like a smart person, don't say what I just said, because I said it was going to be Graves.
Oh,
for some reason, it's Kha'Zix going over to Swift. We'll turn it around at the last second. And what do you make of this one? Kha'Zix over Graves.
I mean, Kha'Zix works with Rumble too. It's a snowbally team fight setting, but Graves is just a better champion. And we've seen Swift with the Graves, and you can really take control of mid lane, especially since you have a range advantage to be able to really set up your mid laner, even if it's a losing matchup. And you can go into the enemy jungle and counter jungle very freely. It's a superb jungler. So going to Kha'Zix, I mean, I haven't seen Kha'Zix in so long. So it's nice to see him once again.
Ari ban out here from OMG towards Cool though, so Icon says, well, you taught me the champion, I can play it myself. But I particularly want to play against it this time around. So Thresh aimed at 5 though. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, 5 is an amazing Thresh player, so there's a lot of respect coming from that one.
Yeah, OMG now, final ban. 1 second on the clock. It's going to be Ezreal towards LWX. So,
it's really interesting.
Yeah, will be another ADC ban from NewBee here.
I like this because OMG are now looking to play with bottom lane priority. SMLZ and 5 have always been these players that want to win lane as hard as possible. Taking Thresh away is a good understanding. NewBee's recognizing that, saying they're actually just outright holding their bottom lane here. They pick their top side out as blind picks, which you rarely see. And Jace can take priority in most matchups. So knowing that you can possibly have a Jace roaming down to the bottom lane, yeah, there we go. And I would wonder what the support would be. Zyra is available, and Zyra Jhin are very, really strong. So
yeah, it's a possibility. Insta luck of Jhin coming out there, and Nami was the final ban towards 5, so big pinch on to OMG's bot lane. Now NewBee, not a big pool to choose from. Varus, Ezreal taken away. Caitlyn is up if they want it, and I mean, it has been first rotation multiple times. So here it is for NewBee once more to LWX, this time with very capable hands. And NewBee...
It was banned before.
It was against Cool. I mean, OMG seemed to know something that we did not, but they burnt their bans elsewhere, and it will be Twister's Fate. Only played once before, and it did win in the LPL.
I think it was Cool who played it too. So he's going back to the champion, and he is going to try and make it work once again. Actually, I think it was a tie. Oh, I want someone to work on that one. Check it out, because I remember it very well. And historically, Cool has been a Twisted Fate player. He's gone towards the champion. To be fair, people have gone towards the champion again. So it is a Zyra coming out of the bot lane as you look to be investigating.
I'm trying, but yeah. You will get your Zyra in the end there, Raz. So what does this mean for OMG?
Okay, looking at the comp, yeah, that's OMG wanting to play towards bottom lane. First, they want to play through mid because that's a Jace versus Twisted Fate. Jace is going to have to take control, and I mean, it's going to be very easy for him to do just that. Kha'Zix is not going to be able to really push that forward, so that's going to be a bit of a worry. And then once Jace is able to get that, that's double exhaust as well. They're going to be playing straight towards bottom lane, so LWX and more are going to have to watch out.
It will indeed as we get ready for Game 3 between OMG and NewBee. Outside of just the fact that we feel like OMG is just stronger right now, Raz, who would you hand this game to if you were put in that position, which I am putting you in that position right now, to tell me who's going to win?
I like OMG's chances here because A, Jace is a great pickup for Icon, and I think they're playing to what's comfortable. Jhin is a champion that is starting to die out in a lot of cases. The nerfs are coming down to him, and of course in the next patch it's just going to be a little bit of a lights out moment for him. But Jhin works really well for SMLZ because he usually plays it just to win lane. It's a win lane champion for him. You usually look towards it and say, well, why is it a win lane champion? Usually if you pick Jhin, you lose the lane because you get shoved in constantly. And then at that point, you try and set up your team in the rest of the game. But he tries to do it because they try to go for kill lanes constantly. This is going to be a kill lane with a Jace that's looking to try and impact that matchup.
Yeah. It's really nice to see the Jace as well come into this. We've seen some very strong Jace performances under the likes of a Scout in the LPL. And can really just run away with a game. So that will be the intent here. And it's over to Icon. We definitely said that Xiang is not a big Jace player, but on the opposite side, Cool brings Twisted Fate to the table. It will be exciting to see this one come through. And we're into Game 3 here. Alright, let's see who pulls it out of the bag when they're up against it. We are favoring OMG, but it could really go either way.
Yeah, NewBee, this is going to be fun. I mean, Kha'Zix coming to me is a surprise, not only because... Well, yeah, only because Graves is up, and that was a big surprise. But Swift has always done really well in Kha'Zix when it's in the meta, when it's out of the meta. It's currently in the meta. Sure, certain champions have gone a little bit far forward in priority, but when we see him on the champion, he tends to just get leads very early on.
Does indeed. Anything interesting in the Masteries, in the Keystones? I think everything's fairly standard.
Yeah, everything's standard here. I think the only one that's not so much surprising, but noteworthy is the Storm Raider search on Jace. We see it a lot because Shock Blast, gives you the extra bit of movement speed because it does just chunk people down. And so that allows you to go in for a melee combo very quickly.
Alright, so I found it with that one game. Alright, I'm going to let you look.
Oh, okay.
It was played against OMG.
Oh!
But it was not OMG who picked it.
I'll say it's a tie. That's my one guess.
It was Republic.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I know, surprising, right?
That is surprising.
Yeah. Maybe he just didn't get his Rise that game.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like, give me Twisted Fate. Let's go. And he did win, so.
What week was that?
Props. That was weak.
I guess it's asking too much. That's asking too much.
I have the date, but
yeah.
I don't know what that converts into the week, so.
Oh well.
Yeah. Well, that's all you're getting.
Oh well. So Zyra starting up the lane pretty strong. He's able to get the plants right down, and they're shoving out with bouncing blades. Bouncing grenades. So that's not too surprising. Mars.
What the heck? That was last week. Oh. That was week, what week were we in now? 6? 5. Week 5.
I am dumb, deaf, and blind. Don't know.
Same.
Yeah. We're running. Run from this point.
Bucket. Well, Cool needs to make a name for himself on the pick as well. And what skin is that?
Oh, that's Red Card TF. That's the worst skin in the game, but that's why I love it. Okay, so I love Red Card TF because his hair is so it just doesn't. It's not. It's not in strands. It's just one big clunk. That's why it's so fun to play.
Oh.
So.
Is that the only reason it's fun to play?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have triangle feet Twisted Fate anymore. That was great.
Yeah,
Pizza feet.
Yeah, very, very short. He's like a midget on that.
Old Twisted Fate model was great. No, we don't have that anymore. All the models are just nice looking now.
Yeah.
Makes me sad. Even Galio's getting updated soon.
Oh, that's gonna. He looks
just went
a little too
puberty.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. He's looking real good.
They even gave him personality.
Yeah, I know.
That's a little bit too much personality of the champion, I'll say.
Too much personality.
The guy's supposed to be a stone golem.
Yeah, he still acts like one, but now he's just massive.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, take that, Icon. Get wrecked.
So one thing about Twisted Fate is that, especially since he's not going to get immediately pressured here by Icon, Icon is not going to be using abilities because there's just constantly minions right in front of him, so he can't just auto pass the wave. So he has to respect Cool's pressure, and Cool's pressure is just constant wave clear, constant wave clear with wild cards, and I believe he's been using red card for this one too. And red card doesn't have a lot of mana that it uses early on. It's very efficient, just from level 1, level 2.
Good to know. Sky, he is almost 2 waves ahead of Xiang. He is he's doing a lot of damage to Xiang early. He'll go back to base and pick up an early Durand ring. So despite him starting with the corrupting potion, didn't feel that confident he's just not gonna die ever, so doesn't go for the dark seal. Swift is invading into this jungle here. He's got Sky behind him.
Oh, this is, yeah, they're just
He
trying
knows.
to collapse on him.
He's found World 6.
This is hard.
Up is not the way to
Yes,
path,
flash.
but here comes Cool. We just need anything right now. World 6 should be dead. Anything's going to catch him. It's going to be the wild cards in the end, and Cool. And once again, he's getting gifted an early kill.
Yeah, and that was very stylish from him. Knew he was going to get it because he used his wild card in a very good angle and just backed away. That's not the right flash that World 6 should be using. He had a terrain right in front of him. Should have used the flash. He would have at least gotten a flash out of Swift or Sky, but then no one had to really flash away from him because that was just a really bad flash for him to use. So, yeah, lead does go to Cool. The matchup will still be poor for him once Icon can go get the first back, but I don't think he's going to try and allow him to get that. He's just going to constantly pressure up. This is pretty frustrating for Icon.
Yeah,
Second
it really
game in a row.
is. 2 games in a row. I'd be pretty tilted, honestly. It's just like this mid laner who I want this epic 1v1 to happen against, and it's... Nope. He just picks up another kill. Great. This advantage that I have is very difficult to exacerbate. And we're 6 minutes into this game, and already we have that level 6 from Cool, so he's ahead of the curve from everybody else, and he has a small window where he has ult and no one else does.
And here's what's really damaging for OMG, and this is what is going to be a real uphill battle. Twisted Fate getting this much of a lead early, getting level 6 like at this point in the game. OMG picked for this bottom lane to be a kill lane. They are now the squishiest and easiest lane to gank. 5 will... I mean, he's going to be happy he has Flash, but he should feel happy if he gets out of any Twisted Fate pressure alive. So, it's going to be damaging. Cool could also gank top lane only if Swift is there with him to turn it into a 3-man dive. But it's much easier to get the bottom lane. So, he's got a Sheen for himself early. That just gives him a little bit more damage for a gank to happen. You don't usually see immediate offensive items coming out of Twisted Fate. But he's comfortable in this lane.
Yeah, definitely the case. World 6 is working his way towards level 6. And he was waiting in that jungle for a long time, actually. I don't know if he was waiting for Swift to come out, or he was trying to set up a bot lane dive, but still waiting around the area. Bot lane. LWX is getting blasted by these plants, but he's good.
It's good timing too because the wards that were set up just a tad bit earlier, they have timed the red buff and they're just waiting for it. Kha'Zix has recognized that front though. They recognize that Jace was leaving the lane to help that out, and so Kha'Zix is trading pressure going towards the top side. Might even get extra pressure and extra camps off of it. Oh, you tried. I saw that. He was close to it.
He was very close, yeah. I didn't have that vision, but he knew it was being taken. And Dragon now starting off from OMG, and they have, I mean, it's very easy to take it. It's a Mountain Dragon.
So technically, Swift got more out of it in the 1v1 aspect. He got Raptor Camp with red buff. World 6 got the red buff, but he now has Earth Dragon. So World 6 is obviously going to be happier about this. 100%. Doesn't matter of the individual advantage of Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix now has to go towards this gang.
Xiang has summoners, he has ultimate as well.
Oh,
Comes the
wow.
equalizer, and that's just actually so much damage from NewBee. They'll just blast him in the top lane. Icon over the wall, he'll find more, and that should be a kill right there. World 6 tried to steal it from him, but no, this is Icon's kill. And the top lane should be falling here to NewBee.
It's going to be easier for NewBee to take this. They're not going to go for it, but they very well could. Cool has Sheen. But they can. They know they can do this with 2 people. They don't need that. They don't need this to play. So that's a small point in favor of NewBee. I would say that because they're able to leave. No. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they're able to get Sky out of that lane, and that's just good enough as is. At the same time, Twisted Fates gets another individual lead.
He was full health.
He was, and that's how easy it is to knock that guy down.
A trap, a pilt over an ultimate. 5 almost dead.
I wonder if Cool is going for an early Lich Bane. That would be fun. I want to tune into that one. Doesn't have immediate damage because he's only sitting on a Doran's Ring. So he would just have a lot of sustained damage. I think he should not do that, but...
He's his own man.
Yeah.
He's the pro player, we are not. He knows something. Maybe it would be good if he picks up the Hexic Revolver.
Could be, yeah.
Could be good as well. We shall see. I'm always clearing out wards. Sky is... You're not the jungler. You're not the usual delivery man.
There we go.
I guess I'll take the package anyway.
Yeah, milks get delivered regardless.
That's fine. Hope he hasn't done anything to it. And cool.
It's a little burnt.
The milk?
Well, yeah, that's kind of awkward, isn't it? You're just gonna get curdled milk. You don't want that.
Yeah, that's messed up. Icon's gonna get this from his usual delivery man. That's World 6. And he still hasn't used his ultimate to do anything yet, that being World 6 and Thrill of the Hunt. So he has not gone to the bottom lane, he has not looked towards the mid lane.
Yeah, he should probably look towards the mid lane. Cool is just continuously pressuring up. He needs to do that, and it's easy to gank mid lane because of how short the lane is, where he can just kind of gank through the lane. Icon does have exhaust, so he can really just try and force it as hard as he can. Cool has flash, but it's not going to really be helpful. Xiang is sitting here. It's kind of interesting for him to do that because the wave is crashing towards his turret. But if he backs now, yeah, he's going to be able to get there just in time. Okay.
Well, 6 pops the ultimate. He'll flash over the wall, but I mean, he's seen right now by Cool. He'll stun him. Here comes Sky. Equalizer will cut off the escape route, and that'll be a kill right there from Swift. The evolved Q finds him that one. Maximum range.
That was just good communication and coordination from Sky to be able to get in there instantly. So that's going to turn into a free turret. No one, Zyra is coming in, so they're going to do this. Wait a minute.
Cool, the flash. Sky will start tanking the tower. You've got Jin from the sidelines. Cool, taking the tower shot. He's very low. Xiang should be able to finalize this. Sky also under attack under this tower, and they'll pay for it. OMG with a nice punish.
All right, who called for that dive? That would have been a very clean cut turret. Maybe not the turret itself because SMLZ and 5 were rotating. With that said, 5's not going to stop.
Grasping Roots barely do not land onto LWX, but the Deadly Flourish will. SMLZ will follow after. Dancing Grenade hits both Moore and LWX on their way out, but the farm will continue. 2, 1, and 2. Cool. He was the beneficiary. I'm not going to use that word. He picked up both kills, damn it.
There we go, you got him.
End of the day. It's not like I talk for a living. And NewBee still in a good position. So Cool, he'll be able to convert that into future ganks. So at the very least, yes, they both died, but that will help them in the early game and when they continue to look for these roaming plays. Yeah,
so look how level 9 is not that. He's level 10 now, so he's got a level advantage over Icon. He has. I was just about to mention that because he's got the Lich Bane. Lich Bane is great if you can convert your base damage into it as well. So early Lich Bane is great for snowballing. Did a lot of damage to Icon. Icon's going to heal himself up a little bit.
Oh, that's scary. Moore does get the lockdown, but
nice
nice hitbox. LWX killed that plant dead. World 6 is backing away. He needs someone to step in front of him. Swift almost finished him up there by himself, and Xiang teleports right on top of a trap. He'll go down to half before looking towards the bot lane tower. Let's see if NewBee can look for the defense here. No, they're going to find Xiang.
Open.
He'll have to flash away. Got the ultimate being revved up, and Xiang will knock him back. 2 kills in the bottom side. We didn't even see what happened over there. Cool, walking down. Equalizer. Oh, he walked back into it. World 6 will just fall over. 3 for 1. Over to OMG. 5's looking for more. Curtain Call comes in onto Cool.
Okay.
Jiang as well. Cool, the damage from Wildcards returns the kill.
That was cool comp. I'll give him that. Cool, that was a 2v4, and just taking a look at it, Cool had no mana. That was a one shot and done. If he didn't hit him, if he didn't get the damage in, if they played just a little bit smart on that one, then that would have been Cool dead. But just now taking a look back at it, that was great from OMG to be able to get this advantage. And so this is why the replay is really fun. Because take a look at the long journey that Rumble is taking for this. NewBee are just corralling them just a little bit to keep them there. You can see them just kind of chasing them just a little bit, keeping in range for a fight but not committing, while Rumble is making his way down. So this is why this is very long. You're like, well, damn, this is a very long replay.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, that's what happened.
Now we got to see what happened to bot lane.
Yeah, so the plan didn't go as well as planned because NewBee definitely, a few of them died a little too early. This guy's a little frustrated, just calm down. Then take a look at this. Walks in. Yeah, and Zyra's pretty squishy.
Yep, we've discovered that. And Cool, with that one shot, one kill. He is having such a good game, and yes, he got that first kill, but 5, he's only just come back. We just saw him die in that replay, and he's gone again. Swift is going to stealth his way out. He's got the active camouflage, but that's not going to help you. OMG will take you out. A 1-for-1 trade all in all.
5 is just getting bullied across the map, and at the very least this time he gets it answered to, but Cool is just going to take this turret down. Very easy for him to do that with the Lich Bane. He's just going to back up out of there.
This is a messy game, Raz.
It very much is, yeah.
Very messy game.
Yeah.
But NewBee have 2 towers, so they have the advantage. They'll turn this into a third one in the bottom
they're
tower.
gonna try to
or
do
maybe
it.
not. SMLZ's angry. He's got the crit, but almost dies to it. He had World 6 behind him. He's chasing them down.
Run after them.
Curtain Call will be the long-range support that World 6 needs to finish off this kill. LWX will flash away. Moore does not have his own. But it's Icon coming in for the mid lane. He's being burnt out, and that will be a kill over to LWX. Finds him with the ace in a hole. Skylock down as well there. Bowler onto Cool. That was another 1-for-1.
Yeah,
it's
a messy one, but it's because OMG doesn't want to lose slowly. They've already lost the last game. They don't want to lose again, obviously. That tower going down, they're not going to let it go down. They have a good skirmishing comp. SMLZ just wants to fight. He's landing a lot of W's. He's landing a lot of stuns. He just wants to convert it into just a few kills.
I don't know about running away from that one.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's
Save the tower.
Dead.
Save the tower. Save it.
Tower lives matter.
Yeah.
World 6.
Yeah, they do. Especially yours.
That's discrimination.
It is. Any man would save that tower.
Apart from World 6, because he really wanted Merc Wolves. I just don't understand that decision.
Yeah. He's gonna have to rue that one. In fact, I want him to lose. I want him to lose the game.
Any man who does that doesn't deserve to win the game.
Yep.
It's a tough life playing with Raz, but it's harsh, but effective.
Make the wrong choice. Doesn't matter if you're on my team. I int.
Disclaimer, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Please no banner arena. We'll take a bot tower on the what's to say a bot tower on the bottom side? Where else would a bottom tower be? Me. Good job.
You got it.
I'm a master of the English language. Icon is gonna finish off blue here. Oh, hello.
Yeah, that's
World 6.
high five over there.
Yeah. No damage, but give him the quick high five. Give him a pat on the back.
There's no objective to fight here other than the Cloud Dragon, so that's probably the only reason why NewBee would want to fight for it. So they are setting up, trying to clear up the wards that are available. This is in their favor. Both teams do have TP, so they have the reason to fight. They're just trying to, they don't want to use it. They actually do want this.
Oh, here comes Cool. He's found Icon. Got World 6 on top of him, so he will die. They find 5 in the Curtain Call, falling down onto Swift and Moore, but Sky, he was a scary Rumble in his big mech suit, so he'll stop SMLZ from ulting his friends, and it would just be a 1-for-1. But now, the Dragon goes over to NewBee.
Yeah, that was a 1-for-1, but that was a lot of sums for that. Icon used all of his sums. Same with SMLZ. They didn't want to sit on that.
Man, these teams just want to scrap in this game. LWX called out. Big shock blast out from Icon. He wants more, though. 4 kills to OMG. They destroy NewBee.
Oh my god, what is this game? They finally get the dragon, but OMG wants blood. This game is crazy.
Living up to their namesake. Oh my god, what is happening? They'll go for the mid tower as well.
TP coming in right behind them.
They just don't stop. Sky's coming in. He's got no ultimate.
He has no
Man,
ulti.
what are you doing?
Why? Save it, man. Just calm down. All right.
Everyone, timeout.
This is when you pause the game. Strategic pausing. Say something happened. I can't use my keyboard. Real reason, you can't use your brain.
I think the ref just needs to come in here because this is just like, this is too much.
Yeah.
As much as I like fighting, when you have more kills than the timer, it's like something has gone a little wrong.
That was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen.
I don't even know who won that last fight. It was OMG. There we go. They got 4 kills.
Now you could tell that the Observer or whatever production team in China, they don't even want to replay that. That was too long.
That's
these
true.
These fights just bleed into each other.
It's all one long fight.
But who came out ahead? I would say Twisted Fate came out ahead. He was. You think not, because this is why this is a little bit troubling, because he was snowballing early on.
Regale me with a tail.
If he was smart, or at least if NewBee had some sense of patience, they would have been able to snowball this one easily. But he still has Lichbane, he still has Zhonya's, he's sitting on the side lane, they still have to answer to him. They can split push, they can team fight. Rumble's ultis have been fantastic this game. So for the next fight, no flash on Jason World 6, same with SMLZ, this should be fine. They should pick a fight and it would work well for them, simply because more LWX cool all have flash. So that should be good, but maybe they're looking for it. No, they're just gonna actually just push him away. They can completely push this in. All eyes are on Cool to try and take down this turret. Oh, just kidding. All eyes.
No, get out of here.
Get out of there. Run.
Bucket.
Yeah,
no,
that's
he's
not
giving
gonna
up.
save
Yeah,
you.
no. He's good. I was just saying if World 6 could chase him down, but not the case right here. More will go back into the mid lane, and they will be in a battle to the death with these plants. SMLZ did not hit him with a deadly flourish, but it's 12-9 with 20 minutes in. And finally we have, no we don't, because 12 plus 9 is 21. So we have more kills than minutes in the game. 1,000 gold lead to NewBee. It was significantly more, and it was a very fed Cool, where that has kind of dissipated as there's been just so many fights.
Yeah.
The gold and the wealth has been distributed evenly among the players in this game. And really, it is just anyone's game now. And this is such a different OMG to Game 1. We were saying, OMG, look at the patience. Look at them using the Ziggs pick. They're going tower after the tower, playing it slow. They just want to fight. This is going back to like original OMG. NewBee as well, getting dragged into OMG's game. This is like a Week 5, Week 4 game I would expect from NewBee and OMG. I thought we'd evolved, but apparently not.
This is a coach's terror. He calms his team down going into Game 1, pats them on the back, but then their tempers flare after Game 2. Everything's on awry. All that practice is gone.
But instead, he slapped them on the butt, and they got a little too excited.
Yep.
And are just running everywhere. They're insane.
They're just, all of them are just furious. It's just, that's what's happening. They just won't let anything go for free.
Nope. No, they will not. Well, nothing's actually happened in the last like 2 minutes, so maybe maybe there was a timeout issued.
Yeah, perhaps. They just, right now, NewBee should feel, they should. I'm going to put that with a prefix. Should feel comfortable right now. NewBee, or at least Cool, is in the bottom lane, constantly shoving out. He's now looking towards the top side. So the shove that he had earlier on, he's comfortable with that because Gragas is nowhere to be seen in this play.
The Eye of Sauron comes out from Cool, and they've located World 6, or World 6 is located Swift, because I guess he's just in the enemy jungle.
Why was Swift there? That was the greatest setup I've seen from NewBee. Gragas was nowhere to be seen. You've cut him out of that play. Cool was free. Cool had sums, and everyone had some young talk about the sums defense, but they had a little bit early on. Now sums are all up and available. That would have been great for NewBee. They had the number advantage. Not anymore.
Yeah, it was just a random Kha'Zix in the enemy jungle. World 6 was locked down, and that was, of all the traps to step into, that was not a good trap to go into. But he didn't have the tower aggro, so if he did, he was probably dead. However, the team will save him. The tower is still alive. Successful defense from NewBee, but the push is not being halted. And World 6 is almost full health again. Wow.
Rumble is mid. Now he shows himself here. This could be a fight being set up.
Equalizer. NewBee won the fight. 5 goes down. Man, he truly is the Kenny of this game.
He really is.
dying constantly.
Far too often, but at this point, OMG just expect it to happen every time now. They're finding creative ways to be surprised that he's dead.
Yeah,
true.
Yes.
You're
We'll find out next time. Well, just kidding. Blue trinket will spot out NewBee. And OMG should not fight this, as they are 3 members versus 5 before SMLZ gets here. And then they are still 4 versus 5, so it's still not a good fight.
Yeah, Sky doesn't have ulti, so it would be very difficult for NewBee to set up for this fight. It would have to be solely on cool, and for him to be able to do this, he doesn't even have Zonias as well. So them setting up that pressure is just fake pressure, because they actually just can't force a fight out of it. They just need a little bit more time. So you know, OMG recognized that. They're just going to be able to take a free dragon off this. Got the second Earth Dragon on their face.
Yep. Right place, right time, good spawns. RNG's it's in their favor.
They rolled the dice and guess what they got? Another Earth Dragon. I feel like this just keeps coming. You know, keep feeding people Earth Dragons.
Yep.
Last time it was NewBee favored. This time I guess they're getting something in return.
Man, 3rd Earth Dragon as well. Actual just critical fail roll from NewBee. Feels bad. Well,
sad.
What are you doing with that last point? Cool. What are you doing? Alright. He's good. Let's look at the item builds. I don't think we've looked at those in a while, Raz. We have the Banner of Command again from Xiang, his favorite item in the game.
He loves that item.
He does. We have double lethality items from SMLZ. He's a BF sword, so let's see where that goes into.
Ooh, it's always fun to see where Jhin players go with that. Yep. Whether they go towards IE or, you know, just the usual Dusk-bladed Rek'Thai.
Yep.
Oh, now he's setting up for the edge of night. He's like, who are you coming on? Who are you trying to blow up? It's not going to be me. And honestly, that's not going to do too much, because you can just kill it with wild cards. Usually, Twisted Fate players would go towards the Sprinkler, the GLP, because you can use that to take away the edge of night, and then you can just burst people down.
I do like me some GLP Super Soaker. Pretty good. Fun to watch.
They're set
Great
up
fun
in the
for the
mid lane.
kids. Oh, here's Xiang.
He
has ultimate and flash. Just headbutt to the minion. Here comes World 6. Jumps onto LWX. They'll keep walking away, and no summoners are burnt yet from NewBee. So, unsuccessful engage from OMG.
They're not going to lose anything out of that either. They only use World 6's ultimate, and it comes up fairly quickly.
Well, Sky's called out. He'll pop the Zhonya's, and that will stop most of these ultimates coming in. The 4th shot will just land onto the Raptors, and World 6 may fall here. Flash out from Sky. What was that, Swift? Sky's going to die here, and OMG will look to turn it around. Grasping roots onto Swift. The lockup continues. Xiang, flash, body slam, ultimate to the skies, and that'll be the kill to SMLZ. More in LWX, they'll be backing off. Both still have flash. And Cool off to the side, couldn't really get involved in that fight.
That's the jungler and the top lane down for NewBee. They should just back away and look to set up around Finn. But they're playing a little bit far back. World 6 is going towards the bottom lane. That's a massive wave. Twisted Fate is still up and available with his ulti, so they understand that and they're respecting the pressure that he has on the map currently. But yeah, that was definitely a mistake coming from NewBee overall. From Sky getting caught out initially, then Swift jumps in, and then Sky all ins, but he definitely got overloaded. He was silenced himself, so he was in an awkward spot on that one. So.
Well, yeah, he had already burnt like all his resources, and it was great because originally OMG had used all their ultimates onto Sky, and it was like, great, cool, we can re-engage. Swift jumps in, doesn't do anything. Sky walks in, doesn't have anything. So they both just die. Now WX and more is just like, well, but we still have flash, but like, what are we gonna do in that situation? So OMG just kind of win out there from a mechanical mis-execution of that team fight from NewBee.
Yeah, and OMG at the very least they set it up properly.
Yeah.
Rengar was coming in from the far left. The 3-man strong of NewBee were pushing up mid a little bit too hard. They didn't have the full man. Oh. Okay, scaring him off.
Yeah. I mean, yes, while it was set up correctly, as Sky will try his best to clear out this minion.
You got him.
No, there you go.
I don't even know why he uses Q.
No, I think he's just trying to keep up heat.
Yep.
Probably the reason, but yeah, it doesn't do any damage.
The only time you'd want to overload yourself, to be honest, to get the extra damage from
Does that even work? Because the extra damage is magic damage.
Ah.
So it just still sucks for Sky.
That's sad.
I've seen Alistair's like back when Ult gave AD just like just to try and kill it, supporting the side lane. Man, that's good old days of Alistair. He's been hit so many times with a nerf bat.
Yeah, your region
Yeah, we played a little bit.
Yeah, just a tiny.
Wow, that was a
instant, yeah.
real good QSS.
It
I don't think it mattered, but
yeah, it definitely did.
that was real good.
I appreciated that one.
Things you can do on 7 ping, on LAN ping.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Oh, hello. That
Okay.
missed.
But they're not setting. This is what's the problem with the game between both these teams. It would be nice if he used that in a proper moment. And a proper moment.
That was a pretty good equalizer. Can we
was
get a collapse out? Oh, well, I guess
maybe.
5's going to die. See you later, nerd. Oh, no, he's still alive. He's good. He'll go back to base in this bush.
Speaking of bad ways to use it, because that was a great ulti, but there's no follow-up. Twisted Fate didn't have ulti. Twisted Fate wasn't even in position. And then looking towards Jin ulti, that was just very ambitious. There was no situation in which that could have worked. If they had set up some vision around Baron, they have control wards. Look at them. There's two. They have 5 control wards. They just didn't want to go towards it and use it. If they used it in that way, they would have set up a proper fight with the pick that they have.
A proper fight.
A proper fight. But they aren't. So they're just trying to scrap in the weirdest way imaginable, the hardest way imaginable. Trying to make it a sad day for everyone in the supporting staff.
This game really is just a coin flip. I cannot call who is going to win this game.
Yes.
I mean, that just added to the fiesta that we find ourselves in.
Yeah, a little bit.
That definitely just happened. Well, 20 seconds on this next dragon. That was a big grip.
That's just a justification for him. He's like, you know what? At least Twisted Fate doesn't get it. That's all I care about.
Yeah. Hey, Sky got it. So that's great. Yeah, that's true. Actually, what's Sky going to do with it?
He's not going to use the blue buff, so.
Yeah. Bit of cooldown reduction, I guess, for his ultimate, but that's like it. And NewBee should be able to... Wait, NewBee has started this, but all of OMG are behind them.
Rengar did take a little while to get there, but Rumble is out of position as well.
Ultimate, get the smite down. Oh, it's stolen by SMLZ's ultimate. Third Mountain Dragon to OMG. The darkest timeline, or maybe the dankest timeline for OMG. Man, I can't believe it.
That's just inexcusable. Swift has smite. He had smite for that. He was just afraid of getting engaged on. What are you afraid of? You have your jump. You can leap out of there.
Well, his smite does 760 damage at level 13, and it was at 800, and SMLZ killed it. So he couldn't smite it.
That's a fair point.
And he didn't have Q either, so rest in peace. Swift, course out.
Oh.
But he's stealthed.
Okay.
He's good. So lay off the man, Raz.
You
didn't have a chance.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
I mean, he should have saved Q, but
it's fine.
no, it's not. OMG have 3 Mountain Dragons, and they're going to go onto Baron and just destroy it.
They don't even
not
need
fine. Very not fine, Raz.
They don't need 3 people for this. This is pretty much done.
It's already gone. Oh yeah, nice trinket, mate. Oh, what's that? Baron's gone. Well, I mean, we're going to pop the ultimate.
Get the fight here.
Kenny's dead.
Kenny.
That's nice.
That man has no life. He's
really
dead more than he is alive.
How do you kill that which has no life? Good question.
That's a good ulti, but of course, once again, no one is in position. They're going to try to be in position for it, though.
Jiang body blocking them with his girthy body.
Yeah,
they're out.
They're going to be pretty
good job.
NewBee's going to be feeling a little bit sad of that one, but they can get this tower pretty easily. They have a lot of damage to be able to get it.
Tower's gone, man. Yeah, so at least that will be a 1-tower trade. NewBee get the consolation prize, but
yeah, no,
someone's dying.
A fight has never ended.
Have you never watched Scooby-Doo, Cool? Never split up and search for clues.
Never do it.
Because a bad guy will find you. And Scooby-Doo don't kill you. However, in League of Legends and World 6 will definitely do that.
At the very least, he has a lot of doors available to him, so he takes one door and he's gone.
Yeah, that's true. He joins the rest of the gang. World 6. Going to lead the charge here into the bottom lane. SMLZ is blocking it over. Nice electro harpoon. I have spell shield. There's only caster minions. This kind of sucks.
Oh,
more!
Goodbye.
Oh, that was not the place to stand. Redemption comes down, and the bot tower is just simply dead, holding the curtain call fire. And Sky also locked down. What are with these skill shots?
Okay.
Jiang knocking cool against the wall. Icon looking for more. Swift heading into these back lines now. Lots of damage coming out from those spikes. That may stall the push for now from OMG. Nope, just kidding. We're going back onto it. Goodbye, inhibitor.
Just don't kill 5. The man just came back from base, okay? Just don't do it. All right.
Man. We're good. All right, so
go.
inhibitor dead.
That's a 1,400 gold cake. 1,400.
You're right there, Raz.
Gold lead. I'm okay.
Yep. Never try mathematics on screen. Doesn't work. World 6, what did we say about Scooby-Doo? You have to burn your flash for that one.
This is hard for NewBee. At this point in the game, Twisted Fate, he's having a very hard time to utilize his advantage. It's not even an advantage anymore.
No.
Everyone has built themselves up in Edge of Night.
Yep, he's a normal man. He's lost his superpowers. Just an average human being who can teleport and throw cards at high velocity. But he can't do it very well, and that's the problem. OMG are never really splitting themselves up. If they do, World 6 already had Edge of Night. That's actually really difficult. Yeah. I mean, the fact that there are triple Edge of Night users on the side of OMG really sucks for Cool.
And look at the cooldown on that. Every single time he presses ulti, they immediately, simultaneously, just press that one button. Yeah. They're never going to get impacted by it. It has to be Sky that takes it down.
Yeah. Doesn't have the same interaction as Banshee's Vow, I don't believe, so
might not even work.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Curtain Call, just used for zoning here. We want to hit that tower. Equalizer laid down on top of SMLZ. Yeah, you stopped that ultimate. 5 with a disengage. Swift goes in by himself. That is way too hero. He may have just lost his team the game with that maneuver.
Yeah, that made no sense, but that might as well work with the rest of the game. This one is looking very hard. That's a 2-for-0.
Oh! Okay. Cool, that one an ace in the hole.
Cool, you might want to back away. Gragas is not going to be afraid to just jump on you. He has GA. That's double GA for the people who are low, so it's fairly deceptive of how much HP that they currently have.
I mean, Cool does do lots of damage, but not that much. Many low members of the side of OMG, and they'll go back to base. Their coff is lined with gold. 4,400 gold Baron power play.
Yeah.
I mean, this just looks like OMG's game to lose. And you gotta say, though, it did look like a 50-50 game for a large portion of it. We had more fights than Final Fantasy sequels. It just didn't make any sense. But in the end, OMG did manage to win out.
Yeah, and it came down to either team just being the first one to be in the proper position. Which position was proper for Cool to go into the side lane and just constantly look for numbers advantage if he was constantly getting shoved out, which he was. It was good for World 6 to constantly just press his ulti, walk towards Cool, so just to stop him from getting that bottom lane inner turret. But then when Cool went towards the top side, it was on Swift. Swift was just randomly just killing himself in the opposing jungle.
Yeah.
Just wait, play patiently. Patiently is the word here, patience. So they can get the play going, but Twisted Fate never had the option because his team never gave him that option. And the same to Rumble. Rumble roaming down to the bot side of the map. That's great. That was a long trek. But then the rest of his bottom lane dies in a fight. It's just, they just never are cohesive. They're never in position for plays when they had the ability to win the game, pretty much.
And it makes me sad that it seems like Kha'Zix is just afflicted with the curse of SOFM.
Yeah.
He was just walking into the enemy jungle for no reason.
Oh, got him.
Five's got him. It's a follow-up as well, Deadly Flourish, but he is the lesser objective. It is about this dragon. Swift's going to come in here, and he's just way too late. I mean, if NewBee wanted to do something, it was earlier. SMLZ opens up the curtain call. There's no equalizer to stop it now.
Oh, wait a minute.
Cool around the
don't
side.
let him know you're in there.
Nope, we're flashing out. Take the blast cone to safety.
Interesting decision from him. He tried to get a flank on SMLZ. He was with the rest of his team. That was just not a smart play.
No.
But as a general point, that was just, it was great from OMG because they were in position around Elder Dragon. 5 got a snare down, but they didn't want to go on top of it because they knew that they already had position on. So they got the Elder Dragon for themselves. And we're about to get the fight. This game is snowballing in favor of OMG. That's 3 Earth Dragons on top of an Elder Dragon. That burns damage is going to be a lot.
This game is all but over. NewBee would have to pull something absolutely insane out of the bag. And I don't see where it comes from. No one's particularly fed. And promotes the cannon minion, we hardly knew ye.
Oh.
But plenty more friends coming in. Gotta hit this tower a little bit. Scary, scary Rengar. His ultimate.
They can just play the poke game. Look towards both side lanes. Minions are starting to crash.
Inhibitors are respawning soon though.
That's going to be the last super minion on the bottom lane.
I mean, this wave here, yeah, the next one coming in, yeah. Cool called out by World 6. Oh, this is disastrous if he dies. Swift just managed to get out. Could call once more. Someone blocked for LWX. World 6 called out. He does have his Guardian Angel, so NewBee survive, but they will have to send a couple members back to base. Now open up the mid lane. Equalizer. Nice damage actually out from Sky. But Redemption is a nice item. So.
And that's the thing about Redemption. It's a common purchase, obviously, but up against Rumble, you always see the counter Redemption, and it always tops him back up because no Rumble is going to be building morale and numbers on him. If you can get him that low, it doesn't matter because they're just going to heal right back up.
Yeah. That's the time when you say maybe it should have just gone Executioner's Calling. OMG, I mean, it's like the Baron wasn't even there. Just walked up, hit it, and it was dead. Triple Mountain Dragon with Elder. I mean, yeah, that's a thing. So, NewBee, zero chance they can contest that. And the only saving grace is that they'll get a fight on their home turf, but the only towers that they have is the Nexus towers. I really don't see it.
I'm trying to figure out what Jin is doing right now. He's clearing out the Krug, so he's probably just got another purchase. Maybe he can... Yeah, there we go. Mercurial Scimitar.
Yeah, they are so decked out on items right now, Raz. OMG are so unbelievably far ahead.
They're just stalling out with him, so they're not even committing to just clearing out this wave just yet because they want to roam in as 5. So that's the first patient play they've done all this game. Coming in through for this tower. Should be easy. Cool's not going to be with them. Cool's nowhere to be seen here.
Tower's going to collapse shortly. Just need someone to walk over and hit it. There you go. More. Don't want to take any more damage. Yeah, another equalizer, but it just zoned away a lot of OMG. Couldn't call more. Last shot. All right, not going to be landing onto anyone significant. Xiang is down into the Guardian Angel, but there's so many low members. Moore has to stay in. Swift jumps in. I mean, there's no one to kill. No one's going to be able to save you now. Icon, look at the Sterex. It finally falls over. It is a 2 for 2 so far for NewBee. This is a defense.
That was a proper defense. That was a great play for Cool in wild card. He still has his ulti. If a straggler is up and available for him, he's going to choose it. World 6. You're the number one.
He'll flash away. Bowler. Now he's collapsed on the counter. Ultimate. Xiang comes out flying out of the TP, but Cool had to make a play, in all honesty, but it will be countered by OMG. Very smart, very patient. But that just kind of sucks. Whoa! LWX looking for the highlight reel play, but SMLZ will just book it out. And I mean,
that's the tilt play. I mean, to be fair to him, the game was about to be over. That's a long death timer on Swift.
But if he had killed Jin right there, that would have been pretty big for them.
Yeah, just praying to the crit gods on that one.
Yeah, that's a little bit sad. He didn't have ace in the hole either, so he couldn't just soften him up. So really just unfortunate. But and props to LWX, it was a sick play. Had it worked.
Yeah, it could have worked.
Instead, he is montage material.
One of those plays you tend to look like a fool if the crits don't come in your
Exactly,
favor,
but if you get them, you look like a god.
Yeah.
You go down in history. So you miss every shot you don't take. Man, that is annoying.
You think it's annoying. I think it's cute. Not the machinery. The machinery can just get out of there. I don't want to hear the constant alarm bells ringing from that contraption. The guy inside it is fine, though.
Oh, yeah, he's fine. The mech is the one who's being annoying.
Yeah.
He needs to get it under control. Ah, well, hello there, Swift.
Pretty strong slow.
Yep, 80% is definitely a strong slow. You know, I've never actually seen the hunting competitive. I don't even know if that's a thing. Between Kha'Zix and Rengar.
I think it used to be a thing.
I'm pretty sure it used to be a thing. Yeah, I know it still exists because you can still get ahead of Kha'Zix, which gives you max stacks and something extra on Bone Tooth. And it gives a 4th evolution to Swift, but it would be cool. It's just a small thing, but it would be nice just to see.
True.
Maybe it just doesn't exist.
I'd be sad. For some people. Some people don't want lore impacting the game.
I mean, it's a pretty small thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'd also call those people boring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're playing a video game. We're playing a competitive video game. At the point where people are saying, "Oh, it shouldn't be in the game because of X reason," it's just like, come on, it's a game. Yeah. We're here for fun. A lot of people forget that. Yeah. Some people are here to tilt and solo queue. But OMG are here to pick up a win today. A 2-1. Oh, look at that. That's a V of traps. I've never seen that one before. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's better than a normal just line of traps, but I'll take it.
Just a nice creative point. Yeah. They're going to be able to get this as fast as they can. There's nothing stopping them. Except for maybe
Equalizer.
that.
That's gonna split up a couple members of OMG.
Oh,
Swift
okay.
steps forward. He's just CC to high heaven. He couldn't do anything. There was nothing that Swift could do right there. OMG get one pick. They'll look for maybe more. Hidden's starting to hurt though, so they will back off. It's just a slow game. Play it out slow. Let's see the patience from game 1, OMG.
Yeah, and the massive wave. That is also a banner. I wonder who built that over there. They're going to be going straight for that one. See, it's 5-man strong.
Doesn't find anyone, but it was worth the shot. OMG, take the in here, back away, play it safe, play it patient. Back off.
This is brutal. It's brutal for NewBee. They're constantly sitting at their base. Not much they can do about it. 3 inhibs down. They're going to be pretty happy they have consistent damage coming out of Rumble and Twisted Fate, because this is going to be a little bit painful.
More than a little bit painful, but it's NewBee holding on, and we're getting later and later into the game. And I said there was no conceivable way that they win this game, but the fact that they've managed to slow down OMG over the last 10 minutes or so has put them in the position where items will stop mattering after a certain point. Everyone will start to cap out on items.
Yep, Rumble's pretty close to it.
And Jin is waiting for something. He's, okay, picking up his 6th item. It will be Essence Reaver.
Trying to think of what Rumble is trying to build. Is that Luden's Echo? That's Lieutenant.
With
Needlessly large rod.
Rylax?
I think so. Rylax has blasting
not
one.
blasting one, giant skeleton, and Hamster, right?
Yeah. So that would have to be Luden's Echo. I'm going to say that. Yeah. That's his answer. So.
Alright, Sean Connery.
That's his answer.
She's shoving mid. And it's got a line. Maybe Aldrovix just had a lot of time to think about how he wanted to lay down those traps before.
Didn't have enough time or connect the dots for a rose. So.
Didn't have enough dots.
Yeah.
I guess was the problem.
Oh, maybe he was calling for V. That's the bat
signal
for V.
Oh, it's a bat signal! Ah! So it's going to get engaged on Xiang. Finds him. Curtain call coming in. Swift is backing away, but he's just caught out of position.
He's gone.
Swift, what are you doing?
Not in the right place, and you know they have about, let's see, that's 4 super minions. You gotta believe there are 2 more coming from the mid lane.
Yep.
That's 5 members of OMG. A Redemption coming down to heal that super minion up.
Not curtain call. It's an equalizer. Equalizer buys a bit of time, but that's one of the big spells that would allow NewBee to come back into us and maybe win a fight. Moore's called out, big crit from SMLZ. He bites the dust, and this is just OMG running all over NewBee. Nothing they can do. SMLZ looking for the highlight reel. Quadra kill. OMG look to finish off the game. They'll finish this one off, and it'll be a 2-on-1. OMG win on the day.
Okay, well I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna call it clean, all right? Because I felt a little bit dirty after that one. And I
need a shower.
Yeah, and it wasn't really calm either. I was gonna give him patient after the first game, but it wasn't patient either.
What's the opposite of calm and collected, Raz? OMG.
OMG. It is OMG. You're right. And they were able to come out ahead of him. That's 2 for 1. Everyone stand up, go over to the back. I know you ain't feeling a little happy about that one, but you still got a victory at the end of the day.
Come on, man. SMLZ just picked up a quad, and he's just like, yep, it's all right.
I wonder if
this guy never smiles.
Yeah. There you go. Xiang is always going to be happy, so you're going to have that. It's the mouse syndrome. Both of them are just happy top laners.
Wow. The whole team is smiling. And SMLZ, I've never seen him frown. I've never seen him smile. Actually convinced that guy is an android. But OMG, great win. Well-deserved bow. Hello, Rusty. How's it going?
I am well. I just watched a Jin get 3 kills by auto-attacking 3 times. That was one of the most badass things that I have seen from a Jin. So, I mean, I'm happy. There's not much more I can add to that one.
Yeah.
OMG, I am also happy to see that they reverted to the style that works for them. Unfortunately, they were still clouded by good decisions. How dare they actually make good decisions whilst trying to be an aggressive team. So, no, deserving victory. I'm actually quite impressed with them.
Yeah.
So they're getting better and better. I mean, they're on the up and up. Next set they have up is against WE Week 7 and Day 3. So they actually have a lot of time to really group up for that one. So that's going to be a big win, big set for them. Not a win yet, obviously. They beat EDG. You know, they beat NewBee. Maybe they can take the win on WE.
Oh God.
I'm not gonna.
I don't know what.
You want to back that one as
no,
well?
No.
That's not a statement I don't think you want to make.
I'm not gonna go for that one.
Oh man. Well, NewBee took a good early game advantage. It was once more where Cool did get that first blood. He looked to snowball it, but just couldn't make it work. And OMG, you can see right at the 30-minute mark, just turned it on.
Yeah, the Drake of the series has been Mountain.
Yeah.
Every single game has featured a Mountain Drake, and without that, OMG may not have been able to win as successfully. And again, there's a lot of snowballs that come out, a lot of Drake control from the winning team.
Holy moly.
But you can see it's not reflected in the damage. The winning team didn't exactly do the most of it. However, NewBee spent most of their time just respawning and doing damage, then dying.
And here's the thing about this. It sets it up perfectly that this guy had a lot of perfect ultis. His ulti that was probably, a lot of it was his ulti there.
Yeah.
But there was never any follow-up. NewBee had control of the game early on. Twisted Fate had set up a split in a proper time.
Yeah.
It was walking over. So there were a lot of moments that NewBee actually could have just taken control of the game and won out.
Yeah, no, that's actually very valid. The Rumble Ultimates were always good, but because they didn't have an engage tool to follow that up, the Kha'Zix was their jungler of choice, and he was honestly just running at them and dying all the time. Like, Jin's able to destroy him. That actually does beautifully segue into a replay that I wanted to show as well, because before it actually happens, the Rumble Ultimate's already used. This is one of those big moments where a big play happens from Xiang, happens from Icon actually reflecting them in, and SMLZ gets 2 kills with his bouncing grenade. And this fight's awesome because it's 4 of the quickest kills you've ever seen happen on Summoner's Rift.
Yeah.
The reason that they're able to happen is because OMG re-engage. They're able to consistently bring it back, fight one more time, and find fights after the equalizer is dead.
And man himself, not even sure if he is a man, but he was a machine in this game. 12, 0, and 13.
Just didn't die, obviously.
He just didn't.
He
just didn't die.
He just didn't die.
Bloody
Perfect
Terminator.
KDA. He actually was. I can't believe how well he did. He just never. What would make him smile? You think a Penta would make him smile?
The closest he got to smiling that I've ever seen was last week when he 2-0'd EDG on the 4th anniversary of the LPL. That is the closest.
His lips kind of quiver.
Yeah, there was the
like,
slightest
no.
upswing on one side of the mouth. It was
Yeah.
like, yep, that's a smile.
Oh, I guess we'll get there at some point. I want to see a Penta from him because it was that was sick actually. His performance just straight up, perfect curtain calls, great positioning. I mean, obviously demonstrates the fact he didn't die. SMLZ is like legitimately good.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if it was in a chaotic environment like the third game or in the real clean set we saw in the first one where he was on the Ziggs. So overall, he was the MVP of the series.
Yeah.
So he can really adapt to what environment he was put in. So it was great to see him really come out and take that win.
Let's put it simply, no deaths in a chaotic environment
Yeah.
represents one of the best players running around on that map. And
Yeah.
we've said this time and again for a lot of AD carries and players that have gone either close to retirement, been here for a while and come back, like SMLZ, a shining example of this. He has found form at one of the best possible times for that team, because without a 12-0-13 Jin, NewBee were coming back.
Has this changed how we think about NewBee and OMG now? We said before the series, we look towards OMG and we're saying they're performing better right now as a team versus NewBee, who maybe have a higher skill ceiling. But the fact that we just saw this series in Game 3 was very chaotic, as we mentioned. Do we think differently about these teams, or is it business as usual moving forwards?
For NewBee, we wanted to see this set to see if the last game that they had had any merit, right? The strengths that they had earlier, was it really snowballing into more like a smarter play specifically out of Swift? This answer was no, mostly because a lot of the failures came solely out of Swift. So we need more time, and that's what it comes down to. We need more time for Swift to evolve around his team, so his team plays towards him, but more specifically, he needs to play towards his team. If there's a lead towards Twisted Fate, if there's a lead towards Rumble, he needs to stop over I guess, greeting to certain plays.
And not do what Kid does for Invictus Gaming, and that is neglect the bottom lane in its entirety. I'm pretty sure it's an LPL mentality right now that the way your junglers work is you pick the lane that's winning and you win it harder, because that gives you money, you get money, you then win the rest of the map. That's what he tries to do, but if Moore is having a really bad time, or even if Five is having a really bad time from World 6, you can see a stark contrast between how both of these junglers react. World 6 will help losing lanes. He'll try and bring Xiang down and teleport in a much more traditional sense. Swift ignores it. He said, you're losing, you're going to stay losing. I'm just going to go help Sky in top lane because my Rumble is doing a lot of work. Or I'm going to help Cool in mid lane when really you want the Twisted Fate leaving.
Yeah, and that was talking about the teams, but if we look towards the top side of the map as well, do we start praising Sky? Do we take some of that away? How are we looking about Xiang as well as a player? based off that series?
I think Sky is looking better and better. Even in the loss that he suffered, he played incredibly well. He played towards his team. I think the most impressive moment for him was a play that never came ahead, like when he was taking that roam towards the top side of the map because he didn't have TP. And so NewBee as a team decided to stay there to wait for the fight. And sure, they lost that fight because of misexecution, but that is still a play and a moment in which you can look back towards and say that the player is a smarter player than rest. So that's something you can take out of it. Still, they lose out, so they need to look back and practice and get better out of it.
Take a look at the standings here, because we had a pretty action-packed week when we take a look at the games that did happen. We saw WE up against RNG, of course, which is now WE standing tall and strong in Group B over RNG. And that win as well just now to OMG puts them ahead now of Snake and tied up with Aime, who also picked up their win earlier today.
And guess what, Raz? What did we say at the start of today?
Ooh.
Group A looks pretty funny in the standings, doesn't it? And after today, 2 Group A wins.
Yep.
Not a lot has changed. They're all just closer to Invictus Gaming and 1 away from Snake.
They just brought Invictus Gaming with them.
So I say to that, sucked in, Frostgurren. You're an extra win away. Again.
Yes.
Yeah, that really sucks just for LGD. Everyone above them was just accumulating kills from Group B. GC lost that game as well, which makes my heart sad, but they did deserve to lose because I don't know what they were doing. But that was honestly weird. What was the biggest surprise this week, gentlemen? Was it WE winning against RNG? I mean, yes, they were a man down.
It was EDG losing.
I think, that and OMG winning, I think, is the other. Like, EDG losing, not that surprising. They've lost to other teams this split, but OMG beating them is kind of incredible. And now they've won again 2 times this weekend. Like, it's a pretty big week for OMG.
It is. What does that say about a league, though? The fact that, like, the bottom teams are just randomly beating the top of the teams, is it a slight on the top of the teams, or the fact that our bottom teams are good at just finding random wins?
I think it's a slight on the top of the top teams. It's good that the bottom side, or at least the mid-tier league, it's really competitive. You can see it being scrappy, so they're pushing each other up and forward. But EDG is convincingly right now they're having problems, and so that really means you look towards WE and RNG as the sole 2 teams that are like top tier that can really hit and have clean games. Maybe IG as well, but they just need to do that in consistent force. So I think that's what we get out of it.
I think it says both. I do think it's not showing the best of signs for the top of the league, considering EDG went from an undefeated split to this split. It looks good for RNG and WE, but the bottom of the table is catching them rapidly. And so I'd say it's a 1-split investment towards Worlds. We'll send the best 3 teams we have yet.
I actually really like that point. So is there any teams who aren't top 4 currently who you think could break into top 4 based off what we saw in week 6?
OMG.
OMG? Really? Wow. That's an interesting statement to end on. All right. Well, we will wrap the show there. So thank you very much for watching. On behalf of myself, my analyst desk, and our production team, thank you for watching, and we will see you next week for week 7 of the LPL.